Hello, everyone. Welcome to eFiling and eServe for external filers. My name is Kimberly Black, and I am a Training and Development Specialist at the State Court Administration Office. I work in Court Services Business Education Unit. For today's session, we are going to show you how to eFile and eServe in EFS. This session, again, is for external filers. These are the objectives for today's training. We are going to discuss the Register User's Filing Guide and other important documents. We're going to identify the roles within EFS. There are 3 roles in EFS: Firm Administrator, Firm User, and Independent User. We're going to explain how to prepare your documents, and we're going to demonstrate how to sign up as a service contact. When you use the EFS system, you will need to register and also sign up as a service contact. We're going to show you how to e-file into a new case, an existing case, and eServe only. We will also review where you find the EFS training materials on the Minnesota Judicial Branch website. I always like to start out by talking about the Internet and computer requirements for EFS. We recommend that you have a high-speed Internet connection in the browser settings. You may want to use Internet Explorer 9 or above. You can use Chrome or Safari with the EFS system. There is a special link to the Chrome and Safari application. I will be showing you where to find this link a little bit later in this presentation. We do recommend you use Internet Explorer 9 or above. During this training, we will be showing you how to use EFS with Internet Explorer 9 and above. Before we show you how to e-file and eServe, there are some documents we would like to share and discuss with you. These documents have really important information. The State Court Administration Office provides a Register User's Filing Guide that filers are required to read and follow. You can find this guide and additional resources at www.mincourts.gov/efile. The Register User's Filing Guide provides required information regarding your documents that you are filing in EFS. This is the information you need to follow when you file documents, and it's available on the Minnesota Judicial Branch website. The guide provides information about the documents and also additional information about the types of signatures and the size of the documents you are filing. At the end of today's session, I'm going to go to the Minnesota Judicial Branch Court website. I'm going to show you where you can find the Register User's Filing Guide along with other additional documents that we're going to talk about today. The second document we're going to talk about are the court rules that set requirements for use in EFS. These rules are called Minnesota Rules of Public Access to Court Records of the Minnesota Judicial Branch. These legal requirements for using the EFS system are defined in the Minnesota Rules of Court, more specifically the General Rules of Practice. Here is the third document we're going to talk about today. Remember, numbers that are financial account numbers and are more than 4 digits in length are restricted identifiers under the Minnesota General Rule of Practice. Filers may only use the last 4 digits of the financial account numbers in a publicly accessible court document. If the full financial account number must be submitted to the court, it must be submitted only on Form 11.1 or in a document made confidential under the Form 11.2 Confidential Financial Source document cover sheet. The fourth document we're going to discuss today is the commonly filed case types. If you have questions about the commonly filed case types, you can go view this document. This document will show you the list of the most commonly filed case type and the security level. We recommend that you review all these documents we shared with you today. To use EFS, you first need to register. The EFS system does require all users who file on a regular basis to be a member of a firm. EFS uses the term firm to represent an organization or an individual user who files on a regular basis, such as an attorneys, government agencies, and guardian ad litem. Each firm is also required to designate at least 2 firm administrators. Independent users are typically self-represented litigants who elect to e-file that are not associated with or represented by a law firm or agency. They will set up an independent account instead of a firm account. Let's take a look at the responsibilities each one of these roles hold. The firm administrator adds and updates firm information, chooses how users register, adds and updates payment accounts, adds and updates firm users and attorneys if applicable, accepts and rejects registration requests, firm users who will be under a firm will register an eFile and eServe in EFS. Independent users registers and maintains their own account, adds and updates payment accounts, eFiles, and eServes. Remember, if you are the only attorney in an office filing on a regular basis, you must register as a firm in EFS. Independent users are people who will not be filing on a regular basis and will register as an independent user in EFS. And firm users are underneath a firm agency. A couple of helpful reminders as you are registering in the EFS. It is recommended that your firm has at least 2 firm administrators. One administrator will register the firm, then they can add additional administrators to the firm as needed. This allows 2 people to handle the administrative duties in case one firm administrator is on vacation. The other firm administrator can reset passwords or help firm users with their accounts. If you are an attorney and practicing both privately and publicly, you will need to register a separate EFS account with different email addresses for each of your practices. For example, an attorney with a private practice who is also a public defender would register twice. One account will be registered for the public defender's firm using the public defender's email address, the other account for the private practice using the private practice email address. To register, you will go to https://minnesota.tylerhost.net. Then you'll click the Register Now button. The Register Now button is located in the bottom right corner on the login page. Once you click Register Now, the Register Now button or the Odyssey File and Serve registration screen displays. You will sign up as one of the 3 roles: firm administrator, user with an existing firm, or an independent user. If you're registering as a firm administrator, you will select the firm administrator. You'll click Next. You'll read the Odyssey File and Serve Usage Agreement. You'll check the I agree box, and then you'll click Next. Step 3, you will enter the firm's information. You'll enter the name, the address, and the phone numbers. Down below, you're going to see under the new user registration, there are 2 boxes that are checked at default when you are filling out the firm information. This means that any firm user that registers within your firm, they're allowed to self-register. However, you will be requiring them, they will need to require administrator approval before they can start using new MGA or new EFS. Then you'll fill out the user information. You'll want to make sure if you recommend enter the user information, enter your first name, enter your last name, enter your email address and password. If you're an attorney, you can check the box, I am also an attorney box. Another field displays asking you to enter your attorney bar number. And then you'll have to verify your attorney bar number. It'll show up right here. Enter your security question and answer, and then click register. The registration complete box displays. You will see the firm ID and email address. And then you'll click finish in the bottom right corner. If you are a user with an existing firm, you will select that option on the registration page. Please remember, a lot of the steps in the registration process are the same, and these steps may look familiar to you. After you select the user with an existing firm, you'll click Next. You will need to search for the firm name. You will enter the firm name and then click Search. The name should display in the box below. If it doesn't display, please make sure you are spelling the firm name correctly. Once that firm name shows up in the box below, click on it and then click Next. Enter the user information. Enter your first name, your last name, your email address, and your password. Remember, if you're an attorney, you can check that I am also an attorney box. And another field displays asking you to enter the attorney bar number. Enter the attorney bar number. Click Verify. Enter your security question and answer, and then click Register. The registration complete box displays, and you will see the firm ID, email address on the registration complete box, and then you'll click Finish. If you are an independent user, a self-represented litigant, you will choose Independent User. You'll click Next in the bottom right corner. You will read and agree to the Odyssey File and Usage Agreement. Check the box I agree, click Next, and then enter the contact information. After you enter the contact information, go ahead and click Next, and then enter your user information. Enter your first name, last name, enter your email address and password, enter a security question and answer, and then click Register. The registration complete box displays. You will see email address on the registration complete box. Make sure that's correct, and then you'll click Finish. Once you have completed your registration and before you can sign into EFS, you will have to activate your account. Shortly after you register, you will see an email from Tyler with a link to activate your account. Open up the email and click on the link to activate the account. The Tyler pop-up window is verification the account has been activated. If you don't see this email in your inbox, check your junk mail box folder because sometimes it will end up there. Now that you've completed the registration process, we will now sign into the account. I am going to show you a brief overview of the sections and tabs on the EFS homepage. So I'm going to quickly show you a brief overview of the sections and tabs on the homepage. To log into EFS, after you have registered, you'll enter your email address and password here, and then you'll click Login. I'm going to actually go to a website, an actual website. I'm going to share my desktop with you, and we're going to go to an EFS website here. Okay, so this is the production site. I highly recommend, this is the actual website, I highly recommend reading the message of the day each time you visit the site. There may be some helpful information about EFS downtimes and updates. Here is the EFS site. You're going to see the message of the day at the top. The hyperlinks to access the EFS portal through HTML5 is right here. So there's that special hyperlink if you do want to use Chrome and Safari. You can click on the hyperlink and it opens up to the HTML5 Chrome and Safari website. You can right-click and copy the URL address and then open up your Chrome and paste it and click Enter. You will be brought to the website. You can also bookmark the website, or you could just access the website right here through this link every time you go in to use EFS. This is if you prefer to use the Chrome or Safari link. All right. Please remember at this time we do recommend that you use Internet Explorer 9 or above. And again, please remember to read that message of the day. As you scroll down, you are going to see additional messages. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the EFS workspace. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second here. And then I'm going to go back to my desktop and share my monitor again. All right, and we're going to go in here. One disclaimer, all of the information that you see on the screen is all fake information. So keep that in mind as we're going into this EFS training site. I think it's a really good idea to show you the actual site when we're doing this training. So I'm going to walk you through the actual site in EFS. In the upper right corner, you have Workspace and My Account. If you click on My Account, you're going to see where this is where you can change your password and you can manage your notifications. If you would like to see more or less emails from EFS, you can go into your account and click on Manage Notifications. You can manage your notifications by marking the ones that you would like to receive and the ones you don't want to receive. Going back to my workspace, because this is your main area, if you're a firm administrator, you will have this Firm Administrator tab. In the Firm Administrator section, this is where you approve new users. How you do that is you click on the username which will be listed here, and then you click Approve or Reject the new users. You will also have a Firm Users tab listed with their names and email addresses and their roles. If you need to reset their passwords for them, you can click on their name, and then the Reset Password is in the bottom left corner. Once you reset that password, make sure you call them or email them so they know that you reset their password and know what the new password is. You can also update their roles within EFS. If you need to add them as an attorney or firm, right down in the bottom left, you can do that. In the Attorneys tab, this is where all your attorneys will be listed. In the Payments accounts, this is where you'll set up your payment accounts. When setting up your firm's payment accounts, please keep in mind that EFS does check credit and debit balances immediately upon filing, so keep an eye on those balances and make sure that your credit and debit limit will accommodate your filing needs. EFS does accept credit cards from Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. You'll click on Add Payment Account. You'll enter the payment account name. Do not use any credit card numbers. You'll select your payment account type, credit card or waiver. You'll click Enter Credit Card Information here, and EFS will bring you to a different website to enter the credit card information and get it verified. And then you'll check the box to have this payment account available in all locations. If you are a government agency filing an informa papyrus, you will need to add a waiver account, and you do that the same way. Instead of in the payment account type, you add a waiver account. To add a waiver account, you'll enter the payment account here, and then choose Waiver Account, and then click Save. So whenever you make changes within the firm administration account, make sure you're saving your changes in the bottom left corner. Then you have the Firm Information tab. This is where you can update your firm's information. Make sure the new user registration boxes are both checked. If you are going to add new users to your EFS account, you can uncheck the Allow Users to Self-Register. You will need to keep the required administrator approval of new users checked. You want to make sure to approve all users because you don't want just anyone not approved to start using your EFS firm account. Whenever you log out of EFS, always recommend using the Log Out button. This securely logs you out of EFS. So once you made your changes, make sure you click Save, and then up in the upper right corner, you have this Log Out button. Make sure that you're using this Log Out button every time you log out of EFS. So now I'm going to go back to my workspace. Over on the left, you have the Minnesota Judicial Branch logo. You have New Case on the right side. So right here, we have New Case. And then you have, this is where you search for your case numbers. You'll enter your case numbers without dashes here and click Go. Down below, you have Filings. And then we have Bookmarks and Templates and Service Contact. So under Filings, this is where all your filings will be listed. If you file the same case over and over again, I highly recommend that you use a template that you can you create a template. The template will automatically fill in some fields for you each time you file that case. And then we have the Service Contact, and we're going to talk about Service Contact in just a few minutes. I'm going to go back to Filings. Under filings, you have filings, you have status, you have location, and date filters. Enter your filters options and then click filter. So what you can do is you can use these filters to go ahead and enter any filters, and then over on the right you click filter, and this is going to filter out your filings if there's a specific filing you're looking for. Down underneath filters, you're going to see all your filings. You have your filing status and filing codes. Filing status, filing code. On the right, you have action items right over here on this right. You have service contacts, you have view filing details, file into this case, and bookmark this case. So these are the different icons that you can use throughout EFS. So that is the overview of EFS. I'm going to go back to the service contacts, and we're going to talk about service contacts. Signing up as a service contact is a step you have to complete after your registration in EFS. You have to sign up as a service contact to attach yourself to a case to receive service on a case. Adding yourself to the service contact list does not add you as a service contact on a case. You will have to add yourself to each case you would like to get served on. We're going to show you how to add yourself on a case in just a little while in this training. Once you sign up as a service contact, you will be able to add yourself to each case you would like to get served on. You will only sign yourself up as a service contact, and you cannot sign anyone up as a service contact. If you have an associate attorney or a paralegal who you would like to receive administrative copies of this filing, but they do not need to get served on this, you can enter their email address in this administrative copy. If you have an associate attorney, you can put a comma and then put their email address in here. You can enter multiple emails and separate them out with a comma. They will receive copies, but not necessarily be eServed on this case. Recently, we had a high-profile case, and multiple agencies and attorneys were assigned up to receive service on this case. Each time a document would get served, EFS would have to serve everyone that was getting service on this case, and this causes the system to just bog down just a little bit. If you have an associate attorney or paralegal who needs to know about a case but doesn't need to get served on a case, enter their email address in this administrative copies. Entering an associate attorney or paralegal in this administrative copy field will help keep the EFS system from having to serve everyone on the case every time. All right, so now I'm going to go back to filings, and I'm going to click here. We're going to now, I'm going to go back to actually my PowerPoint, and I'm going to talk to you about documents. Now that you've registered and signed up as a service contact, let's start preparing the documents. It doesn't matter if you are filing a new case or filing into an existing case, you will need to prepare your documents. Ensure all documents are completed and signed and comply with the Minnesota Register Users Filing for electronic filing pursuant to the Minnesota General Rule of Practice 1.4.03. For example, all electronic filed documents are required to be PDF files and, when possible, searchable PDFs. Documents that cannot be filed with the EFS system are criminal complaints, citation and tab charges, juvenile delinquency petitions, and citations. We'll deposit it for safekeeping in any document filed in a parental notification bypass proceeding. If you must submit a non-searchable scanned document, the document cannot contain any character recognition data. It's also known as OCR. Your scanner may be set to include this data, so make sure that your scanner settings are appropriately to emit that data. Ensure your filings is not rejected by the EFS system upon submitted. Filers should not print documents on paper and scan them in PDF files. This greatly increases document size and makes the documents difficult for the court and other filers to work with. If you do use a scanner to convert a Word document into a PDF, you will need to open the scanned document and save as Adobe PDF. The system also has a file size limitation that the filer is responsible for ensuring all filings comply. A single document filing is 25 megabytes and a multiple document filing is 35 megabytes. Keep in mind that approximately 500 pages of plain text equals 1 megabyte. If your filing does exceed the size limit, it must be separated and submitted in parts that comply with the limits. Please make sure your documents have consecutive page numbers on them. You'll find all requirements for your documents in that Register User's Filing Guide. We're going to walk you through the steps to electronically file a new case. Keep in mind a new case filing is similar to an existing case with the exception of selecting the case details and entering party information for parties involved in the case. Be sure to check for accuracy as this information does become a part of the official court record. Once a new case has been initiated, all subsequent filings will be entered into the existing case through EFS. So now I'm going to share my desktop with you in order for you to see a live EFS website to walk you through filing a new case. On the right side of the screen, I'm going to go ahead and click New Case. You'll select your location. You'll select your category. Keep in mind that these fields are kind of waterfall effect. So if you choose civil, all the selected case types are going to be civil. If you choose family, all the selected case types will be family. I'm just going to go ahead and choose a very fast document to go through today. So I'm just going to change my name. I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and change that to family, and I'm going to change this to disillusion with a child. You choose your payment type. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose waiver. And I'm going to click parties in the bottom right corner. Because of the case I selected, the party types will be listed for you. Party information, the address is not required, but we do recommend that you enter the party information and as much information as possible right down here. If you've been asked for the courts to put in the party ID or the filer ID, you would do this in the bottom right corner. Once you've entered all the information, go ahead and click on the second party type and enter that party information. And in the bottom right, I'm going to click Filings. If you needed to go back to the case information, you can click on Case Information and go back and make changes. But I'm going to go ahead and click Filings. You want to make sure you're selecting the appropriate filing code from the searchable drop-down list. This list is case type specific, so you will only see associated codes. If you would like to narrow your list down, start typing the name of the filing code field. The list only displays codes with the word you are typing. For example, if you start typing in motion, then it's going to bring all the codes up that have the word motion in it. That really helps when you're searching for that filing code. Please make sure that you're choosing a filing code and not choosing any other code but the exact filing code, and make sure that you did a thorough search for that filing code. Add a filing description. It may be the purpose for the filing or supplement details related to the selected filing code to more easily distinguish like events on the Register of Actions. Remember that your descriptions are reviewed by court staff and may become a part of the official court record and may be viewable by the public. Do not duplicate the filing code in this field. If no description adds value, you can add a period in the filing description. Add your firm's internal reference number. The courts do not need this number, so this is a number for your firm's internal reference number. And again, you can just put a 1 in there if you guys do not use the internal reference number. Choose the optional services, click and add, and they will be selected. They will be moved to the column next. So I'm going to choose certified copy. I'm going to click add, or dissolution filing, and I'm going to click add, and it's going to show up under the optional services. Upload the documents. This is like attaching a picture in an email. You'll click on click to browse and select the document. So right here, this is really easy. You just click the browse, and then you go in and find your document. Make sure you know where your document is, and you're going to choose that document, and it's going to upload. It's also going to show you how big the document is right below it. If you upload the wrong document, you can click this X over on the right-hand side of the page. In the filing comments, type in the document security as public, confidential, or sealed. A brief description of why confidential or sealed was designated should also be included. An example would be confidential information form 11.1 or sealed cases sealed. This field is only seen by court staff but does not expedite your filing, so you will need to communicate any urgency directly with the court. You can click courtesy copies to add email addresses to recipients you'd like to receive an electronic copy of your filing. Verify all the emails, no notification or record is if it's incorrect. Also remember that sending a courtesy copy does not constitute eService. This is just, hey, FYI, here's a copy. I don't see a lot of people using that out in the field, but if you do need to use it, you can do that. Then over on the right, you select your payment type, and then you'll, in the bottom right corner, you'll click Service. And then this is where you will add yourself as a service contact. You'll select the party you represent. You'll click Add from Master List. You select the service contract. This is why you need to add yourself as a service contact in order for your name to be on the firm's service contact list. You'll click Add. You'll select your name. Then you'll click Add, and then you'll click Save. Again, remember you cannot assign anyone else to receive service on a case. If you do have an opposing party who is not registered in EFS, you may have to serve them through the mail. You can attach yourself to receive service on this case, and then in the bottom right corner, you click Summary. This is where you're going to review your filing before you submit. Double check the document security before you submit the filing. You really want to make sure that you have chosen the correct document security. If you need to edit over on the right, you're going to see these edit buttons. You can edit. It is the filer's responsibility to make sure they assign the correct document security. After you reviewed and everything is correct, go ahead and click that Submit in the bottom right corner. Read the first agreement about the important notice of responsibility to designate confidential and sealed document. You'll check the box. On the right, you'll scroll down. Read the second agreement about the important notice of redactation responsibility. Check that box. And then click Agree. You will receive an envelope number. You can either view the receipt or click OK. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click OK, and you'll be back on the filings page. You will see the envelope listed. Remember, you can view the filing details about your filing. You can also filter your filings. To view the filing details, I use the filing details icon under Actions. So over here on the right, it's like a backwards door. That's what I call it. This icon is View Filing Details. You click on it, and you're going to see the filing details in here. Next, we're going to show you how to file into an existing case. So I'm going to go ahead and close. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. Remember, these steps are very similar, and so they're going to look familiar. So you'll want to go ahead and enter that case number. And then under Actions, you're going to want to choose File into this case. Remember, you will rarely, if ever, have to add a party on an existing case. Review the party information. If you see a party name is spelled incorrectly, contact a local court to edit this information. Do not add duplicate party names on a case. Then you'll click Filings in the bottom right corner. In the filings, you will add the filing code, documents, and assign the document security. This is the same as filing a new case, and this should look familiar. Select the appropriate filing code from the searchable drop-down list. This list is case type specific, so you will only see associated codes. If you would like to narrow your list down, start typing the name of the filing code. The list only displays codes with the word you are typing. Motion, if you start typing motion, motion to dismiss will display. Add a filing description, may be the purpose for the filing, or supplemental details related to the selected filing code to more easily distinguish like events on the Register of Actions. Remember that your descriptions are reviewed by court staff and may become a part of that official court record and may be viewable by the public. Do not duplicate the filing code in this field. If no description adds value, you can use a period. Add your firm's internal reference number. Choose your optional services. Upload your document. It's like attaching a picture in an email. You'll click the Browse and select the document. If you upload the wrong document, you can use that X to remove it. In the Filings comment field, type in the document security as confidential, sealed, or public. A brief description of why confidential or sealed was designated should also be included. Confidential information 11.1 or sealed cases sealed. This field is only seen by court staff but does not expedite your filings, so you will need to communicate any urgency directly with the court. Add your fees and payments, and then add your name as a service contact, so you'll click Service. Then you'll add your name as a service contact, and then click Summary. Review and submit your filing, and then you'll go ahead and click Submit. and you'll agree to the 2 submission agreements, and then you have filed into an existing case. To check if a person is on a case as a service contact, you can enter the MNCIS case number and then just click Go. Once the case is listed there, you can, over on the right, you can click that, I call it a people icon, but it's a service contact icon. Once you click that, another window opens and it will display who is on as a service contact. Remember, it's really important to view the filing details. So if you locate the case, you click on that View Filing Details icon, and you will be able to see the filing details and where everything is at within the filing. To file into a case to eServe only, you'll enter the case number, then you'll click the File into the Case icon. You'll click through to the filing section. You'll upload your documents and click Service. And this is in the case you were asked. This is in case you were asked by the courts to serve discovery documents in EFS. You can do that by just locating the case, click File into the case, and click the box Service, upload your document, and then click Service. Here's a list of our resources for eFile and eServe. I'm going to now share my desktop with you one more time and go to the Minnesota Judicial Branch website. In the URL address, you can enter www.mncourts.gov/, and you'll be brought to the Minnesota Judicial Branch website. If you want to, you can put eFile in here and click Enter, and it will bring you to the eFile website. However, if you just go to www.mincourts.gov/ and you go over here to File a Case and click on File a Case in District Courts, File a Case in District Courts, you'll be brought to the eFile and eServe homepage. You can click on the eFile and eServe training on the right, and this is where your training materials are. So if you go eFile and eServe, and then over here, this is where you signed up for today's class, and then over here on the right, you click on training materials, and these are all of the training materials. Anything that I showed you today will be available in these quick reference guides. If you go to the eFile and eServe Resource Center and you scroll down, this is where you're going to find all of your guides that we talked about. You're going to see the Rule 11 Financial Account Number Guide. You'll also see the commonly filed case types. This is that guide here. And again, that's back on the eFile and eServe resource page. So if I go to that commonly filed case types, and I go to the table of contents and I click on something, it brings me down and shows you the case type and when to use it. If you scroll down a little bit farther, you're going to see that there's some document security information for you here. If I go to the EFS Support Center, the EFS Support Center staff are available Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. to answer any questions and assist you with the EFS system. I'm also going to show you where you can locate the court's rules. If you scroll down and click on the court rules in the bottom left, and here are the rules of public access to court documents for the Minnesota Judicial Branch. If you click on it, it opens it up for you, and these are the court rules. Last but not least, Here is that Register Users Filing Guide. It's available. It's a link. If you click on that link, it'll open it up, and you can save this if you want to, or you can print it out, whatever you're comfortable with. However, this is updated, and every time it's updated, you want to make sure that if you save this to your computer, you have the latest version. Please read through all of these guides and the Register Users Filing Guide before using EFS. Again, here is the Minnesota Judicial Branch website resources. If you have any questions,